Today on Parents Corner, a conversation about our annual Family Involvement Conference. Today we're joined by Lauren Grey-Hawkins. She is our business and communication specialist, and we are so happy to have you here today. So I thought what we'd start with just sort of you telling us a little bit about yourself, what you do here for AACPS, and go from there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. I have been a student in Anne Arundel County Public Schools from kindergarten through 12th grade, and I've worked in the school system since 2008. I'm currently in the Department of Partnerships Development and Marketing, which, as you know, gives me an opportunity to work on a variety of projects to support everything from employee recognitions and do things that celebrate and share information about the people, programs, and opportunities that exist in Anne Arundel County Public Schools.
All right. So what you just explained sort of explains part of the reason that you're here today, because we want to talk about our annual Family Involvement Conference. And this year was sort of special because I had some help with marketing from both you and one of our newest interns, Jaden. So could you tell us a little bit about what you and Jaden did to help and assist?
Absolutely. So we really wanted a space online where families could find information about the Family Involvement Conference. So working with our high school intern, Jaden Yanovitz, who's from North County High School, we were able to build a site at www.aacps.org/familyconference. And it shares lots of information about this year's conference, and it'll share information about future conferences as well. So parents and family members and the community can find information about where the conference will be located, frequently asked questions about the conference, information about parking, and most importantly, detailed descriptions about all the workshops available in English and Spanish.
Okay, so that brings me to what I really am hoping the viewers will take away from this. So yes, you helped with this website, which is so fabulous, and we want to make sure that we get the word out. And I think a lot of people don't really have a sense. I know I didn't. I have 4 children before I took over this job. Really a good sense of what the Family Involvement Conference is and how it can be useful. So I'm going to sort of put you on the spot here from your perspective instead of me just telling everyone from your perspective. What is the point of these conferences that we have, and how can you see that would be helpful to a parent?
Well, the Family Involvement Conference, the one in the fall, the ones throughout the year, really give an opportunity to share information for parents to help their children be the best students that they can be. So whether they're sharing information about academic support or whether it's looking sort of toward the future, towards college and career readiness, there's just a lot of opportunities to get together with other parents, get together with members of the community, get together with the school system employees, and learn about how they can best support their families. So a lot of really exciting opportunities for parents to just another way for them to engage in their students' education.
Right. So it's and I love that it's on a Saturday morning. So it's this sort of a respite kind of thing. And we're going to have continental breakfast, so people will be able to come. And the first thing that they'll be able to do is to go through and check out some of our resource tables. So it's sort of a resource fair while you're having your breakfast. So you could network with other parents, but also meet some of the folks at these different resource tables. And it's not just our school folks, but we also bring in our different community partners for these resource tables. So it'll be, I'm really excited about that part. We're adding a little bit more to that this year, and I think it'll be fun, and useful, because there's so much information, and people just, it can be overwhelming at times. So it's a great way for us to sort of promote that. So then, of course, after that morning resource fair, we go in and we're going to have Dr. Arlotto with us speaking, and sort of everyone together. But after that, we break into these different workshops. And so because you and Jaden so kindly helped with the website, you know probably more than anyone about the workshops. So are there any that really stick out in your mind, maybe just 2, that stick out in your mind, or 3, that you think, oh, that would be really great for parents to know, and I wouldn't want them to miss that,
Yeah, absolutely. Every year there's a lot of really exciting workshops, and these workshops are selected by school system employees, and we have a great committee, as you know, that has members from the community, community partners get together, and we look at evaluations that are shared from past conference attendees about what they liked about the conference, what they're hoping to get more information about, and we get a wonderful menu of topics that families can go and see. So there's a lot this year that are very exciting. One of the ones I'm excited about is Put That Down and Look at Me. What are our whose faces are screens replacing? And at that,
a big one.
Yes, and it's a really a lot of families are asking that question right now. And in this workshop, families will get a chance to hear information about research, about the overuse of technology, and share ideas and have discussions about how we can maybe take a break from technology to engage in a bit more face-to-face communication within our families. Another great one is College and Scholarships 101, which will share lots of information about the process of looking into and applying for college and scholarships. So whether you have a high school student who's just getting ready to start that process, or a middle school student and you're trying to look a bit ahead, there's lots of information for any parent at that session.
And I love that you brought that up, because sometimes people will look at them and think, oh, that's only if I have a junior. But really, that idea of planning ahead and sort of looking, they're not just, in fact, this year, we really don't have any that are just for one particular age group. So.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the great things about the conference, that really any family, whether you have a student about to enter pre-K or a student that's entering 12th grade, there is something for every parent at this conference.
Yeah.
Both academic and sort of social, emotional support and relationships, which is, I know you said two, but one of the third ones that I'm really excited about is Embracing Diversity through Diversity Week. And that workshop, it will share information about why it's so important for us to celebrate the diverse backgrounds of members of our community, and share real activities that are being used in our school system during Diversity Week to celebrate that. So that's another one, just about building relationships, really about bringing our community together.
Right.
So.
That sort of brings up that our theme this year is all means all.
Yes.
And so we try to pick up different themes, different years, and we really wanted to bring that home, that the importance of us all sharing our diversity and growing through that diversity. And that particular session with it was from Glen Burnie High School, that they had done this diversity week, and I got to experience some of the activities, and I just that's really what made me excited and thought, oh, this would be a great theme for us this year.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. What about you? Are there any workshops that you're excited about for this year's conference?
Definitely. So like you said, we go through as a committee, and it's always a fun afternoon, and we go through and we look at all of the input that we got from the year before. So there's piles and piles of different ideas that people had, and then we sort of break it down and say, okay, how many people asked for this? How many people asked for this? How many people? So that gives us our priorities. So we walked into the meeting with some of those priorities in mind. And so, in answer to your question, one of the ones that I'm really excited about is about how to build resilience in your child. Because I think that that's something that over and over again, in sort of a different ways, but people were getting at, that was something important, that they wanted to make their kids have more self-esteem and to be stronger. So I'm really excited to hear. I think that's one that I can't go to all of them, but I'm going to peek in and make sure that that I get the materials, or because I think that that's such an important skill. And all parents, it goes back to, this could be useful for anyone, all parents are struggling and thinking all the time, no matter what age their child is. Okay, when do I let go? When do I step in? And so I think that that's going to be a really great one. Another one is, why do they act that way? And as someone who has 4 teenagers, I can so it's all about the adolescent brain. And if you haven't, as a parent, gone to any kind of workshop or any training that talks about the adolescent brain, this is the one for you, because it's just so interesting to think. We go, well, why would they do that? Why would they jump to this conclusion? Or why do they do this sort of what we consider to be just completely doesn't even make any sense kinds of things? And this will get to that. It's actually based on a book. It's called Why Do They Act That Way? So they're going to be, it's some of our friends from Abbott, and they're going to be talking about this book and then pulling out some things from that book. And then another one that I really, when we talked about all ages, this one is the only one that is sort of more for the younger set, but I think anybody could enjoy it. And I love the title. It Stars from the Start. And it's all about school readiness and having your kid ready for school. But in this case, it's not just for preschool parents, but for parents of first and second graders too, because we're always trying to figure out, or kindergartners too, but always trying to figure out how to make sure that they have everything. And it's not just about, as you know, it's not just about making sure that they can write their name or they know their ABCs, but do they know how to follow directions? Do they know how to make friends? So those are some of those things that some preschoolers come to kindergarten and they're ready and they've got that, and some of them are still struggling. But it's also, we're always working on those things. So our friends at the Public Library and the Judy Center come for that. So.
And there's a lot of, so many great ones, and we only mentioned a couple of them so far. But what if when I can't get to all the sessions, can I see information about them later? Is that possible on the website or anything like that? Will there be more information?
So glad you brought that up. As the website creator, you would think of this. So yes, what we do every year is we get the presenters to give us their presentation materials, and we have always put them on Blackboard. So this year it's going to be a little easier. It'll be right there on that website. And then parents, I love this part, because then they could just go to that anytime. Mm-hmm. They can find out what other presentations that we have, because this is something we do every year. So what do you have upcoming? And sometimes we have something in the spring, so they'd be able to look there to see what else was going on. It's not just about one particular conference, but all of them. But also they could go there and get the materials. And the other thing, sort of like I talked about, the resilience, is I can't go to all of them. It's impossible. So, but they'll be able to go, oh, okay, well, actually, I got all 13 in this case, because I can go in and get the materials later. So we're just beyond excited about the fact that we can do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we really want to make sure that the parents know about the conference in general. I think I mentioned that we'll have continental breakfast. This year we're going to have a snack in the afternoon, and for this year it's going to end at 1 o'clock. But there also is a child care component. Registration is limited, and it goes for so long. But I know we're not full yet. So that's something for parents to consider as well. So anyway, I thank you so much for coming, and I'm excited to be able to talk to you about this and to have your help. And Jaden's as well.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great project to work on. Our intern's done a fantastic job with the website, and we're so excited to be able to share this information with families and see everything to come together at the conference.
Yeah, it's going to be AACPS awesome. Yes. All right. So thank you for joining us for another Parents Corner. We'll see you next time. Do you have children currently in or about to enter Anne Arundel County Public Schools? Would you like to join other families, community members, and educators to share ideas and address issues that support the academic success and overall well-being of our children? If so, please join us on Saturday, November 16th for our Family Involvement Conference. The theme of this year's conference is All Means All, embracing and learning through our diversity. The event is free and open to all interested family and community members. It will be held at the Anne Arundel Community College in Arnold and runs from 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. The morning will begin with the opportunity to visit a variety of community resource tables, followed by welcoming remarks from Superintendent Dr. George Arlotto. Participants will then choose 2 engaging workshops from among 13 different topics to attend for the remainder of the day. Continental breakfast and an afternoon snack will be provided, and childcare is available for children ages 3 through 12 in the campus Child Development Center. Please note, however, that the number of available spaces is limited and registration for childcare is required. Those interested in childcare should call 410-222-1111 5309. Per AACC rules, children under the age of 16 may not accompany parents into conference sessions. For more details and to register for the conference, please visit our conference website at www.aacps.org/familyconference. Spanish interpreters will be available for the day of the conference. For interpretation in other languages, please call 410-222-5418. Watch for a flyer with more information coming home with your child, and plan to join us on Saturday, November 16th for another exciting Family Involvement Conference.